got me kind of cozy and cute.
Yeah.
Because that is me, you know.
That is.
Claire, cozy and cute.
Yeah, that's you. Cozy, cute, and crazy.
And chubby.
Hey y'all, welcome to my. Can I do my intro now? Okay.
What am I supposed to do?
Just
Should
be
I
your.
click on this?
No, not yet. No.
Okay.
All right, just.
Wait a minute, let me do all my...
This is unscripted. You just have to be yourself. All right. Hey y'all, welcome to my unscripted series. This week I'm going to be doing a video with my mom. As you all know, the video that came out on Wednesday was about Women's History Month, and I'm doing her reaction video to that video. So hope you guys enjoy it. I'm curious to see what her thoughts are on it. And all right, we're going to go into it. On today's top story at Meet Matt Shep, we're talking about women and what we do and do not know about them.
Oh, different music.
March is Women's History Month. This is that time of year where we celebrate the many contributions that women have made throughout our history and in our contemporary society. In today's video, we are going to celebrate the many women who are pioneers not only for other women, but for society in general. Louisa May Alcott, the writer of Little Women.
I love her.
Oprah Winfrey. Can we just take a beat? Okay. What? I agree. These women are all pioneers. But why don't we focus on people that we don't know? Like who? What if history is closer than you think? Okay. In 1973, there was an 18-year-old woman whose father worked at the United States Steel at Fairless Works location. He got her a job working there that summer, and she was one of the first women to ever work on the floor of the steel mill. She had to wear a hard hat and steel-toed boots and long-sleeve shirts and pants and safety goggles. The mill was steaming hot all the time. The first day she went to work, she came home in tears, begging her mom not to make her to have to go back to work the next day. And her mom said, "You don't have to go back if you really don't want to." But her father turned the corner and he said, "Oh, yes, you do." This woman, who was one of the first women to work in a steel mill on the floor, was my mom, Claire Shepard. While my mom may not be written in the history books, I think it's really important that during this month we take the time to recognize all women and the pivotal roles that they play in their individual lives, in the people around them, and the roles that they play collectively in the changing world that we live in. So today, I want to highlight the woman who is probably the most influential one in my life, and that's my mom. Against her parents' wishes, she married my father when she was 19 and they moved to Virginia. At 22, she became pregnant with my brother, Chris, and they had financial issues and they struggled. And she would buy used furniture for the nursery, and she repainted all of it. She also helped my dad through seminary. When he was writing his thesis, she was the one that proofread and edited his paper sitting down at the kitchen table with him. After my older brother was born, she decided to stay at home and take care of her family. I was born when she was 29, and then my younger brother was born when she was 31. Through this period, she learned to cope with a lot of difficult things. She was struggling with my father's alcoholism and sobriety. She was the one who was in charge of moving our family every time my dad got a new appointment. And on top of this, as my dad was moving through his sobriety, she was also confronting her own struggles with her own mental health. When we were teenagers, my mom started to work again. She started working at the country store down the street from where we lived. And from there, she got a job that she worked for 20 years. She would work late nights and early mornings doing visual merchandise. At the same time, my younger brother's mental health was starting to deteriorate. He started to struggle with bipolar disorder and substance abuse. And so this entire time, my mom and my father were actively trying to find the best treatments for my brother, while also taking care of our family and working. 4 years ago, my younger brother lost his battle to mental health. And amongst the tears, the grief, and the strife, and as much as my mom didn't want to show up, I remember her telling me one day, she goes, "I still have a family to show up for." And it kept her going. And no mom should ever have to bury their own child. But she did it. And she did it with grace.
Is it okay?
while also
Tori?
taking care of the rest of the family
Oh,
to the best of her ability.
It came back on.
And also helping to raise my niece. It was also around this time that my family moved to the final location that they'll probably get to spend the rest of their life in. And my mom loves it. It's the home that she's always wanted. And as much as I can read off a list of the things that my mom has done in the course of her life, the one thing that I am most grateful for that speaks to her character that is so much bigger than her as a woman, but to her as a human being, is her willingness and openness to have conversation. Her sense of humor with allowing me to make videos where I have a character of her. God bless her. While my mother and I can get into some pretty big debates and arguments about a lot of different things, she continues to show up. She continues to acknowledge and learn to acknowledge her parts in things. And I love her for that. And I respect her for that. Mom, thank you for being such an inspirational woman in my life, and now to a lot of other people that are now learning about you. I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you so much for watching my video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And in the comments below, please leave my mom a note, and I will make sure she gets to read every single thing that you guys say. Also, who's a woman in your life that you want to celebrate? Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you'll take this time this month to really appreciate Women's History Month for all the women in our lives and women we don't know who have had an impact on the world around us.
And please be kind. I didn't expect to cry.
Oh, here.
Do I take these out now?
Yeah, you can take them out.
Okay. I didn't expect to cry.
You make me cry. Oh.
You make me cry.
What are you thinking, Mom?
Oh. You know, it's funny. You know, I talk to you guys about my life stuff and everything, but on the other hand, you know, it's just another day in the life. It's just,
you do what you got to do.
yeah, and you don't think of it in terms of what it all adds up to. As being, you know, my history or my story or whatever. You know, and I'm always thinking more about you guys and Dad. And
that's partly why I wanted to do this. I really wanted you to see who you are. You really mean a lot to me, Mom.
Oh, you mean a lot to me too. You're so far away. Why did I ever say to go there? I didn't realize how strong I was when I was young. And then Dad taught me a lot as I got older. And, you know, and I've just gone from there. And you guys, my sons have taught me a lot. Y'all don't realize it, but you have. And that may not be how things are supposed to be, but as you all have grown up and been out in the world, you've shared with me your experiences of the world. And that's helped. I've learned a lot, and it's helped me even to be stronger. And that's
what is something
I'm
that
blessed.
What is something that you would want as a woman that's lived your time in life? Like, what would you say to younger women?
Well, I learn a lot from younger women. You know, Toriana. As much as I feel I've got so much to teach her, there's so much that she needs to teach me, because I don't know what it is to be 12 in this society. And she's teaching me what that is. And it's the same and it's different for when I was coming.
What do you want men to know about women? Or like growing up, what did you want to teach your sons about? You had 3 boys. You were the only woman in our lives growing up.
I know. I don't know, you know, and I don't know that I really thought about it. So I had these three wonderful boys, and so excited about it, and I loved it. I love it. I love being around my boys and everything. And as far as young men, women are smart. Don't be afraid to let your woman's brilliance shine. Trust it. And let her be your helpmate. Let her be your teammate. Don't fight her when she's questioning, what are you thinking? That kind of stuff.
What do you think of yourself when you're watching? Was there any part in that video that you're like, wow, I really am a strong, like, what did you think of when you watched that video about yourself?
Well, I was more just seeing the images. I don't know why, but when the image of me, the young portrait, I don't know why when that came up, it was just like, and I think part of it was because that young lady didn't know yet who she was and what she was capable of. She knew she did things instinctively, but didn't understand the motivation behind it like I understand now. I understand her better now than she did then.
Mm-hmm.
But and that's when I realize now just how strong and smart she was. And I'm not talking book learning smart. I'm talking just in understanding basically who God intended her to be. And from the time I was a small child, I was actually fighting hard to be who God intended me to be. Because I got pushback at a young age. But I just kept pushing back. And I didn't even realize I was doing it. And I didn't realize how strong I was doing it. And I celebrate that little girl now.
That's awesome. Looking through your own mental health stuff, like around the time Dad got sober, is there anything you want to share about that?
Well, Dad got sober, so he changed the tapes in his head, as they say, and he changed patterns. Well, then I needed to change. If I didn't change my tapes and change my patterns, how much better were we going to be? And so I worked on that, and I loved it. I loved every part of working on it, even when it made me cry. But I did. I loved it because I could. I was getting stronger and better and healthier. And there were some behaviors that I had that were, not the best, and some of them go way back. And to surrender those was such a gift, not just to me, but it was a gift to Chris, because he was so much older and had seen so much, and to you and Andrew too.
All right, I think that's pretty much everything. Is there anything else you want to say before we end the video?
I don't know.
Are you about to cry? Why are you about to cry?
No, I'm not gonna cry. All right, so this is Needy Me. How'd I do?
She's gonna... All right, so now I'm gonna close out the video. So y'all, thank you so. What?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Y'all, thank you so much for watching this video and for getting to know my mom. Please also make sure to leave any comments below that you have about my mom or any questions you guys might have. Maybe I'll do a future video with her and have her answer some more questions. And also, please make sure, I'll let you do this. Tell everyone to subscribe to my channel and to like the video.
Subscribe to his channel, like his video, and something below. I never remember what that
And
was.
leave comments below.
Oh, and leave comments below. I'm not a YouTuber.
You're awesome. All right, thank you guys.